Free by Noah Tennant.
Lights up on Noah, a 17-year-old boy walking out of a Kroger and into his car. He has a Band-Aid on his left shoulder and a smile on his face. He puts his head on his steering wheel and breathes a sigh of relief.
Oh my gosh. It's finally over. Everything that I went through, it's finally worth it. I can finally say that it's all worth it. I've been wanting this vaccine since they opened it up for 12 years and older. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, begging. The foster parents I live with already had the pleasure of getting the vaccine. But I sat, and I sat, and I sat, waiting for my opportunity to do my part to protect my family, my part to help stop this devastating pandemic from killing more people.
A tear rolls down Noah's face. His hands start to shake in both anger and just pure emotion. He sits there stone-faced now, before taking a few deep breaths and continuing.
But it wasn't up to me. It wasn't up to my foster parents. If it was, I would have been vaccinated months ago. But no, my foster parents didn't have the choice of what to do for me and my sister, medically, or educationally, or really anything. That power still resided in my dad. A father who I hadn't lived with or even seen for 2 years. A father that has done things that allowed me and my sister to get the help we needed in foster care, but he still held the power. Just like he did all my life, he held all the power. CPS sat around for a year and no progress, and now we've moved to the courts to seek answers. I'm almost 18, but my sister isn't as lucky.
I sit at 15, not old enough to see that the end is near.
I tried to comfort her.
But I know the reality. This will be my life for the next 3 years. I will always be under the power of my dad. I will always wait for answers to questions like this. And I will wait, and when I do get an answer, it won't be the one I was hoping for. The one I need.
That is exactly what happened in the case of my vaccination. I told him about 2 months ago if he could sign off on me getting vaccinated. Him and his conservative mindset.
Very against it.
He persisted.
Nope, not backing down.
My original plan was to just suffer through and wait until I turned 18, and it was only 6 months away, but then a situation came up. I was to fly to North Carolina in a few weeks for a mission trip. I was extremely excited for this opportunity, but there was one hiccup. I had to be vaccinated to go. Before I panicked too much, I had some hope left. Some hope that somehow my father could see it in his heart that this is what I needed. I was hoping that if I told him it was for a mission trip, he would understand and allow me to get it.
But that hope proved no value.
I read the messages he sent my foster mom regarding my question, and at this point I was just furious. I had to get the first dose within the next couple of days in order to have time to get my second one before I flew. Time was ticking, and my chances dwindled.
Noah stared back at the Kroger sign and reminisced about this last part of his journey. He felt grateful for everything that has happened and feels no regrets. He feels proud of what he accomplished and proud of his vaccination status all at the same time.
I was never a rebellious teen, which is surprising considering I always dreamt about running away from home. When I lived with my dad, I would dream of ways I could get out, but I never acted on them because I was a good kid. I am a good kid, but I do have rights. I have a right to protect myself, and that includes protecting myself from a global pandemic. So I exercised my right and I drove to the nearest Kroger, walked up to that counter and filled out all the forms and gave them my information. Despite my father telling me.
You're ruining your body!
Despite our lawyer specifically instructing me.
You have to follow your father's wishes.
But my father's wishes put lives at risk. The same man who made me hate my very existence. The same man who never seemed like he wanted the best for me or my sister. That man would be the one who decided what I do with my body? No. I make my own decisions. I may not be 18, but I had to mature a little faster than some. Because most 12-year-olds didn't babysit their little sister for weeks on end, not knowing when or if dad is going to come home. Most kids didn't watch their older brother pay the bills while their dad was drinking on the couch. Most middle schoolers didn't walk miles home from school because their dad was nowhere to be found. So this was my way of getting back. My way of standing up to someone who so many people are afraid of.
Noah double checks that his bags are still in the back, and then starts the car and begins the long drive to the airport, looking forward to the upcoming weeks.
But now I am fully vaccinated. I've never felt so free, so liberated. This pandemic is going to be an uphill battle, but I feel good that I did my part of getting vaccinated. And I will continue to do my part of wearing a mask and washing my hands because it goes beyond me. I am doing it for my family and the future of generations of humans that are going to inhabit this earth. I can't fix the world, but I can do my part in keeping it afloat.
Blackout. The end.